All right, so are you ready to unlock some magical potential?
Let's do it.
Today we're diving deep into practical magic,
Awesome.
using herbs and crystals,
Okay.
and even connecting with spirits
Oh, wow.
to achieve specific goals.
I like it.
We've got some amazing sources for this deep dive.
Cool.
We're looking at Scott Cunningham's encyclopedias on magical herbs and crystals,
Those are the classes.
a really cool guide to hoodoo, candle magic, and altars,
Oh, nice.
and a fascinating scholarly article on shamanism.
You've really tapped into some powerful sources here.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one.
These traditions offer incredible insight
Right now, right?
into working with the energies of the universe.
It's amazing how much knowledge is packed into these books.
Yeah.
I'm particularly drawn to Cunningham's approach to magical herbalism.
Mm-hmm.
He really emphasizes the importance of honoring the plant's energy,
Oh, yeah.
like meticulous harvesting,
Right.
preparation,
Yeah.
and storage.
Oh.
It's all about maximizing the herb's magical power.
He's right. It's about working with nature,
Yeah.
not just taking what we want and understanding those connections.
Right.
Those correspondences he talks about is crucial.
For sure.
How elements like earth, air, fire, and water,
Okay.
along with planetary influences,
Hmm.
and even deities, all connect to specific herbs and their uses.
Right. It's like this incredible web of connections.
It is.
Take rosemary, for example.
Okay.
It's associated with fire and the sun,
Right.
which makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it loves those warm, sunny spots.
It thrives there.
Cunningham says it's great for cleansing,
Yeah.
boosting mental clarity,
Mm-hmm.
and has even been used in marriage ceremonies
Wow.
and funeral rites.
Yeah.
Talk about a versatile herb.
That connection to fire and the sun makes it incredibly powerful for protection and purification.
Totally.
It's like harnessing that solar energy
Yeah,
to banish negativity and bring in the light.
I love that.
Yeah.
And he gives this awesome example of creating a protection sachet.
Oh,
You
cool.
cleanse the herbs with sunlight or incense,
Mhm.
feeling those negative vibes just melt away.
Yeah.
Then you combine equal parts of protective herbs.
Okay.
But here's where it gets really cool. You empower the sachet with visualization.
Oh, wow.
You actually pour your intention and protective energy into it.
That intention is the key, isn't it?
Totally.
It's not just about the physical herbs themselves,
Right.
but the energy and focus we bring to the process.
Exactly.
It's like we're activating their magic.
Totally. And he mentions other amazing herbal blends, too. Like love-attracting mixtures. Oh, man, the possibilities are endless.
I know, right?
But we've got to move on to crystals.
Okay.
Those dazzling little powerhouses of energy.
Cunningham's Crystal Encyclopedia is a treasure trove of knowledge.
I know.
Did you know that crystals, gemstones, and even metals
Whoa.
all have unique energies?
Okay.
Just waiting to be tapped? Yeah.
Think of them like tiny batteries,
Okay.
each with its own specific vibration and purpose.
It's no wonder people are so drawn to them. They can be used for so many things.
I know, right?
Attracting love,
Yeah.
boosting psychic abilities,
Mhm.
bringing abundance,
Yeah.
not to mention healing.
Right.
I mean, who doesn't love a good crystal healing session? They just make it feel good.
Cunningham explains that it's about more than just picking a pretty stone.
Right.
It's about understanding the type of energy it embodies,
Okay.
whether projective
Uh-huh.
or receptive.
So like two different types.
Yeah, great. It's like the difference between a magnet pushing energy out
Okay.
and a sponge drawing it in.
So projective stones are the go-getters.
Yeah.
The action takers.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Think of them like little warriors, and
Mhm.
associated with the sun, active planets,
Mm-hmm.
fire,
Uh-huh.
and air.
Okay.
They offer protection,
Yeah.
strength,
Right.
and courage.
But you might use them in rituals
Yeah.
to boost your willpower
Mm-hmm.
or amplify your magical intention.
And receptive stones are more about attracting and absorbing,
Yes.
like those friends who just radiate peace and understanding.
Precisely.
I like that.
They're calming and soothing,
Yeah.
perfect for meditation or psychic work.
Interesting.
They're also great for attracting things like love,
Mm.
money,
Okay.
healing,
Right?
or even deepening your friendships.
Oh, wow.
They help you open up to receive the universe's blessings.
This is making me think about something else.
What's that?
In that Hoodoo guide, they talk about image candles
Oh, yeah.
and how their shape links them to
Yeah.
your intention, like a magical voodoo doll.
Right.
It's like working with crystals, right?
Yeah, I see that.
Using a physical object to focus energy.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's about channeling your intention through a tangible form,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's a candle,
Yeah.
a crystal,
Right.
or even a specially crafted poppet.
Wow.
It's fascinating how these different magical practices connect.
It really is. So tell me more about these different crystal energies.
Sure.
Does the color play a role?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Cunningham breaks it down beautifully.
Okay.
Red stones, for example, are fiery and projective.
Okay.
They're all about strength,
Yeah.
willpower,
Mm-hmm.
protection,
Mm-hmm.
and even banishing anger.
Makes sense.
It's like holding a piece of the sun's energy in your hand.
You can feel that. What about green?
Green stones are receptive,
Okay.
connected to the earth's energy.
Mm.
They bring healing,
Okay.
promote health,
Yeah.
and even strengthen the eyes.
Wow.
They're like a soothing balm for the soul,
Right.
nurturing and revitalizing.
Okay, that makes sense. Green for growth and vitality. And blue.
Blue stones are also receptive.
Wow.
They're all about peace,
Mm-hmm.
truth, wisdom,
Okay.
and purification. They're often used to reduce pain
Yeah.
and promote tranquility,
I can see that.
probably because of that calming blue energy,
Right.
like a still lake
Uh-huh.
or a clear sky.
I definitely feel more relaxed just thinking about blue stones. What about purple?
Okay,
I always feel like there's something really mystical about purple crystals.
you're right.
Yeah.
Purple stones are receptive
Okay.
and deeply connected to spirituality and mysticism.
Oh, wow.
They help you tap into your subconscious mind
Okay.
and explore the hidden realms of consciousness.
Wow.
If you're looking to deepen your spiritual practice
Mm-hmm.
or enhance your intuition, purple crystals are your allies.
This is incredible. So the color really does give us clues about the stone's energy. What about the shape? Does
Okay.
that matter too?
Absolutely.
Right.
Even the way a stone is cut
Mm-hmm.
or formed can influence its magical properties.
Wow.
It's all about symbolism
Yeah.
and energetic alignment.
Makes sense.
Hearts, naturally, are all about attracting love.
Right.
Stars connect us to the cosmic forces,
Mm-hmm.
while round stones represent wholeness and unity.
Okay.
Square stones are for stability and grounding,
Right.
and triangular shapes are all about manifestation and power.
Okay.
It's like each shape carries its own unique energetic blueprint.
It's like choosing the right tool for the job,
Yeah.
matching the crystal's energy to your intention.
Exactly.
This is making me want to build a crystal grid right now.
It's an amazing way to harness and direct crystal energies.
We know.
But before we get lost in the world of gemstones,
Okay.
let's explore the practical magic of hoodoo.
Yes.
That guide you have is packed with techniques for using candles, oils, and altars
Mm-hmm.
to banish negativity, protect yourself,
Right.
and attract all sorts of good things into your life.
I'm so ready to dive into hoodoo. It's all about
Yes.
that down-to-earth practical magic, right?
Exactly.
Using everyday objects
Yeah.
and ritual.
To make real change.
And candle magic is a cornerstone of hoodoo practice.
Oh, I'm ready.
Remember those image candles we were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
They go into great detail
Okay.
on how to use them for all sorts of intentions.
Okay, tell me more. I'm ready to get my candle magic on.
Well, for example, they describe a love spell
Okay.
using 2 image candles
Right.
to represent the 2 people involved.
Mhm.
You carve their names or initials on the candles,
Okay.
dress them with specific oils,
Yeah.
like Desire Me or Seduction Oil. It's like anointing them with your desire,
Yeah.
and then you light them,
Uh-huh.
visualizing those 2 people coming together in love.
Oh, I like that.
Talk about setting the mood.
That sounds so powerful. It's like you're creating a magnetic force,
Yeah.
drawing those 2 souls together.
And they have a spell for uncovering the truth, too,
Oh, wow.
called a truth-compelling spell.
So,
You use 2 candles,
right.
one for the person hiding the truth.
Uh-huh. And the other for the person seeking it.
Gotcha.
You dress each candle with the appropriate oils,
Okay.
and as they burn, you visualize the truth being revealed.
It's like lighting the way for the truth to emerge.
Exactly.
I'm sensing a theme here. Intention and visualization seem to be at the heart of all of this, right?
Absolutely.
Oh.
They're the driving forces behind any magical working.
Right.
It's not just about going through the motions,
Yeah.
but about pouring your energy and focus into the ritual,
Mm-hmm.
making it come alive with your will.
It's like you're weaving magic with your thoughts and feelings. So candles are key, but what about those hoodoo altars?
Right.
I've always been fascinated by them.
Altars are sacred spaces.
Okay.
Focal points for magical energies.
Cool.
It's where you connect with spirits.
Right.
Honor your ancestors.
Yeah.
And focus your intentions.
Gotcha.
It's like creating a portal between the mundane world and the realm of magic.
So walk me through this. What are the essential elements of a hoodoo altar?
Well, you usually start with an altar cloth,
Okay.
something that sets the space apart
Yeah.
and holds the energy of your work.
Okay.
Then you have candles, of course,
Right.
and representations of deities or spirits you work with.
Gotcha.
And offerings are crucial.
Okay.
Things like water,
Right.
food,
Mm-hmm.
money,
Yeah.
or anything that feels meaningful and respectful to the spirits you're honoring.
It's like creating a welcoming space.
Exactly.
Inviting those energies into your life.
Yeah.
And showing your gratitude for their assistance.
And the types of altars can vary
Okay.
depending on your purpose.
Right.
They describe an abundance altar
Okay.
for attracting money and prosperity,
Yeah.
a success altar
Mhm.
for achieving specific goals,
Okay.
like that big promotion you've been working towards,
Right.
and even a luck altar
Cool.
for reversing bad luck and attracting good fortune.
So you could tailor your altar to your specific needs. Oh, that's awesome.
There's also the Big Mama altar,
Okay.
dedicated to honoring
Mm-hmm.
a powerful female ancestral spirit in the Hoodoo tradition.
Wow.
It's all about connecting with the wisdom and strength of your lineage
Yeah.
and seeking guidance and protection from those who came before you.
That's beautiful. It's like weaving the magic of your ancestors into your present life. I love that.
And don't forget about the power of psalms in Hoodoo.
Okay.
Specific psalms are associated with different intentions,
Right.
like Psalm 23 for protection,
Mm-hmm.
or Psalm 37 for overcoming obstacles.
Gotcha.
You can incorporate them into your candle magic rituals,
Right.
or recite them at your altar
Yeah.
to amplify your intention.
It's amazing how hoodoo blends different spiritual traditions.
Yeah,
There's such a richness there.
it is really beautiful.
So we've talked about herbs, crystals, candles, and altars.
Mm-hmm.
Where do spirits fit into all of this?
Spirit work is another fascinating aspect of Hoodoo. It's about enlisting the help of spirits
Okay.
for protection,
Right.
guidance,
Yeah.
and magical assistance.
Gosh.
Remember, we're not alone in this.
So we can actually call upon spirits to help us.
We can.
Oh.
But it's crucial to approach spirit work with respect and humility.
Right.
These are powerful beings.
Yeah.
And we need to treat them accordingly.
Okay.
Always offer gratitude for their assistance.
Well, for sure.
And never try to command or control them.
It's about building a relationship, a partnership,
Yeah.
not trying to dominate or exploit.
Exactly. It's a sacred exchange.
Right.
And the Hoodoo tradition offers specific ways to work with spirits safely and effectively,
Gotcha.
using psalms, candles, offerings, and clear intentions.
This is so fascinating.
I know, right?
We've covered so much already.
We have.
From the practical magic of plants and stone
Mhm.
to the intricacies of hoodoo rituals.
Yeah.
And we haven't even touched on shamanism yet.
Ah, shamanism.
I know.
That's a whole other world of wonder waiting to be explored.
This deep dive is like an epic magical adventure.
I'm loving that.
I'm so excited to see where we go next.
Me too. Shamanism is like stepping into the heart of ancient wisdom, you know?
Yeah.
It's a practice that connects us to the very essence of human consciousness
Mm-hmm.
and the spirit world.
It's wild to think that shamanism has existed in various forms
Right.
across cultures and throughout history.
I know.
And this scholarly article you brought in really highlights how it taps into something deep within us, like a universal language of the soul.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about accessing those deeper states of awareness
Okay.
and connecting with the spirit world for healing, guidance, and knowledge.
Wow.
It's like waking up to a whole new reality,
Oh, wow.
a reality that's always been there just beneath the surface.
Okay, so how do shamans actually do that?
Well,
How do they access those altered states of consciousness?
they use techniques like drumming,
Okay.
chanting, rhythmic dancing,
Mm-hmm.
and even psychedelic plants
Wow.
to shift their perception
Yeah.
and enter those altered states. It's like they're tuning into a different frequency,
Great.
a frequency where the veil between worlds becomes thin.
Whoa, that's intense.
It is pretty amazing.
And what happens in those altered states? What do shamans actually do in those other realms?
Well, they can journey to other dimensions,
Huh?
connect with helping spirits,
Right.
perform healing rituals,
Uh-huh.
and even gain knowledge that wouldn't be accessible in ordinary waking consciousness.
Wow.
It's like they're tapping into the source code of reality.
So it's about more than just having a cool experience, right?
Oh, for sure.
There's a real purpose behind it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Shamanism is about service,
Mm-hmm.
about using those heightened states of awareness
Right.
to help others and bring balance to the world.
Wow.
It's about working with the spirits for the good of all beings.
Huh. That's so powerful. It makes me think of those guardian spirit quests
Yeah.
the article talks about,
Right.
where individuals seek the guidance and protection of a personal spirit ally.
Exactly.
It's like having a spiritual mentor,
It is.
always there to support you.
These spirit allies can offer wisdom,
Mm.
healing, and protection on the shaman's journey.
Right.
They're like powerful companions,
Yeah.
guiding us through the challenges and triumphs of life.
And what about those death and rebirth experiences?
Oh, yeah.
They sound pretty intense.
They can be,
Good.
but they're also incredibly transformative.
Right.
They involve symbolic deaths and rebirths, where the shaman confronts their fears,
Yeah.
sheds old patterns,
Okay.
and emerges renewed and empowered.
Okay.
It's like a spiritual metamorphosis,
Wow.
a shedding of the old self to make way for the new.
Wow. That's a powerful image. It's like facing your shadow self
Yeah.
and coming out stronger on the other side.
Exactly. And the article suggests that these shamanic practices
Yeah.
aren't just random rituals,
Okay.
but are actually rooted in the very structure of our brains
Mm-hmm.
and our capacity for altered states of consciousness.
Right.
It's like shamanism is tapping into something fundamental
Yeah.
about what it means to be human.
That's mind-blowing.
I know, right?
Makes you wonder if we all have the potential for shamanic experiences within us.
We might. And speaking of human potential,
Okay.
let's circle back to hoodoo for a moment.
Yeah, let's do that.
Remember how we were talking about altars?
Yeah.
There's so much more to explore there.
Oh, yeah. We talked about basics,
Right.
but I'm ready to dive deeper into the details of setting up a hoodoo altar.
Okay.
What are some of the specifics they recommend in that guide?
Well, they emphasize
Okay.
that the altar doesn't have to be extravagant
Right.
or expensive.
Mm-hmm.
What matters most is the energy and intention you bring to it.
For sure.
It's about creating a sacred space
Yeah.
that feels authentic and aligned with your practice.
So it's not about buying fancy supplies, but about imbuing those objects with meaning and power.
Exactly. They even say that using secondhand items
Okay.
or things you found in nature is perfectly fine.
Right.
It connects you to the resourceful spirit of hoodoo,
Uh-huh.
which was born out of necessity and resilience.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It's about making do with what you have
Mm-hmm.
and infusing it with your magic.
That's the spirit.
Okay, so what about those different types of altars we were talking about?
They offer some great suggestions.
Fine.
For an abundance altar,
Yeah.
you might use a green or gold altar cloth
Okay.
to symbolize wealth and prosperity.
Right.
Then you could add images of deities or spirits associated with abundance, like
Okay.
Lakshmi or Abundantia.
Okay.
And don't forget offerings like coins,
Yeah.
crystals like citrine or pyrite,
Okay.
and herbs like basil or cinnamon,
Cool.
things that carry the energy of prosperity.
So it's like creating a visual representation of your intention,
Exactly.
the focal point for those abundant energies to flow into your life.
And for a success altar,
Yeah.
you might choose a brown
Okay.
or a purple altar cloth
Right.
representing stability and achievement.
Okay.
Include images
Yeah.
or symbols that represent your specific goal,
Gotcha.
maybe a diploma if you're aiming for graduation,
Mm-hmm.
or a picture of a house
Right.
if you're manifesting home ownership.
And what about a luck altar?
Oh, yeah.
I could definitely use some extra luck in my life.
For a luck altar, green,
Okay.
white, or gold are great color choices,
Right.
symbolizing growth,
Mm-hmm.
purity,
Mm-hmm.
and good fortune.
Gotcha.
You might include lucky charms,
Okay.
like a rabbit's foot,
Yeah.
or a four-leaf clover,
Right.
crystals like aventurine,
Okay.
or tiger's eye, and herbs associated with luck, like Irish moss
Right.
or lucky bamboo.
So many possibilities.
I know.
It's making me want to get creative and design my own altar.
You should.
What about that Big Mama altar?
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell me more about that one?
The Big Mama altar is all about honoring
Yeah.
those powerful female ancestors,
Right.
the wise women who came before us.
Okay.
They recommend using a black or white altar cloth.
Right.
Black for strength and protection.
Okay.
White for purity and guidance.
Gotcha.
Then add images of strong, nurturing women,
Right.
maybe your own grandmothers or great-grandmothers,
Right.
or even powerful female figures from history or mythology.
That's beautiful. It's like creating a lineage of strength and wisdom.
It is.
Drawing on the power of those who came before us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And offerings are key here.
Okay.
Think of things those women might have enjoyed.
Right.
Sweet potatoes, molasses,
Okay.
a glass of whiskey,
Yeah.
or even a handwritten letter expressing your gratitude
Right.
for their presence in your life.
It's about creating a connection,
Yeah,
a dialogue with those ancestral spirits.
it really is.
I love that. What about using psalms on a hoodoo altar?
Psalms are powerful tools in Hoodoo.
Yeah.
They carry specific vibrations and intentions.
Right.
And you can use them to amplify your magic.
Cool.
For example, Psalm 23 is a classic for protection.
Right.
While Psalm 37 is great for overcoming challenges and attracting prosperity,
Okay.
you can recite them at your altar.
Right.
Write them on petitions.
Yeah.
Or even incorporate them into candle magic rituals.
So you could choose a song that resonates with your specific intention
Exactly.
and use it to infuse your altar with that energy.
It's like adding another layer of power to your magical workings.
Total.
They even give an example of a 7-day protection spell
Okay.
using a candle with 3 holes in the top.
Wait, a candle with holes? That sounds intriguing. Tell me more.
So you take this special candle.
Yeah.
They're often called triple strength candles.
Okay.
And you place camphor oil in one hole,
Okay.
dried onion and cloves in the others.
Gotcha.
Then you set the candle on a piece of paper
Right.
with the target's name written 9 times.
Okay.
This could be your own name if you're doing the spell for yourself.
Right.
And burn it for 15 minutes a day
Okay.
while reciting Psalm 23.
Wow.
It's a powerful way to build up protective energy over time.
Wow, that sounds incredibly effective.
It really is.
All those layers of protection working together
Yeah.
to create a shield of light.
But what about those times when we're dealing with negative energy
Yeah.
that's already present?
Okay.
Like, what if you suspect you're under psychic attack?
Oh, that's scary.
That's where protection and reversal magic comes in.
Right.
And you know what? That book you have on the subject
Yeah.
is a real gem. It goes deep into the techniques for identifying, deflecting,
Okay.
and even sending that negativity back where it came from.
I'm ready to learn all about it.
Great.
Psychic self-defense? Sign me up.
We gotcha. So how do you even know if you're under attack?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And the author stresses that it's not always obvious.
Okay.
It's not always dramatic curses or hexes
Right.
like you see in the movies.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's more subtle,
Okay.
like those persistent patterns of misfortune, those nagging problems that just won't go away,
Right.
or even those sudden shifts in energy that leave you feeling drained and depleted.
Okay. So what are some signs to look out for?
They give some great examples.
Okay.
Sudden financial troubles, unexpected health issues,
Right.
relationship problems that seem to come out of nowhere.
Right.
And of course,
Yeah.
that classic string of bad luck
Okay.
that feels more than just coincidental.
It's like the universe is conspiring against you,
Right.
and you can't quite figure out why.
That's so frustrating.
It is.
But how can you tell if it's truly psychic attack
The
or just, life happening?
author says it's important
Okay.
not to jump to conclusions.
Right.
Just because you're having a bad day
Yeah.
doesn't mean someone's put a curse on you.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But if you notice
Yeah.
a persistent pattern of negativity,
Okay.
especially if it comes on suddenly and feels out of character, it's
Yeah.
worth investigating further.
So it's about looking for those red flags,
Exactly.
those recurring themes that just don't seem to have a logical explanation.
And they also talk about the different types of attack.
Okay.
There are those.
Yeah.
Caused by our own magical missteps.
Right.
Like accidentally attracting a negative entity.
Okay.
Or creating a thought form
Yeah.
that's turned against us.
Right.
Then there are attacks from offended spirits who might be upset by something we've done.
Yeah.
Intentionally or not.
So it could be unintentional, like stepping on someone's toes energetically.
It happens.
Oh,
We all make mistakes.
Right.
Especially when we're first learning to work with these energies.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there are the deliberate attacks from other practitioners,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's a full-blown curse or just some negative energy sent your way.
Okay, so once you've identified a potential psychic attack,
Yeah.
what do you do about it?
The book offers
Okay.
a whole arsenal of techniques
All right.
for protection
Yeah.
reversal,
Okay.
and even healing from the effects of a magical attack.
Right.
And it starts with the basics.
Okay.
Meditation,
Yeah.
banishing, and making offerings.
Those sound familiar. They're like the foundation of any magical practice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They help you build a strong and balanced energetic field,
Right.
which makes you less susceptible to attack in the first place.
So it's like building up your magical immunity.
Exactly.
Can you tell me more about those techniques?
Well, they describe
Yeah.
a visualization technique
Okay.
called Descendat Columba, Ascendat Serpens,
Oh, wow.
which involves drawing energy up from the earth
Okay.
and down from the heavens,
Okay.
creating a column of light that protects and energizes the practitioner.
Whoa, that sounds powerful.
It is.
It's like creating a force field of energy around yourself.
They also have a ritual
Okay.
for invoking the 4 watchtowers,
Oh, cool.
calling upon powerful guardian spirits
Right.
to protect the 4 directions, north, south, east, and west.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful blend
Yeah.
of imagery,
Mm-hmm.
symbolism,
Right.
and invocation.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like calling in your spiritual backup.
Exactly.
Those powerful allies who are always there to protect you.
And making offerings is a great way to connect with those allies.
Right.
What about making offerings? Where do those fit in? Offerings are a way of showing gratitude to the spirits,
Right.
but they also help you build alliances
Mm-hmm.
with those powerful forces.
Okay.
They suggest offerings like incense,
Right.
food,
Yeah.
drink,
Mm.
or even money.
Okay.
Anything that feels meaningful
Yeah.
and respectful to the spirits you're working with.
It's like saying, hey, I appreciate your help.
Yeah.
And I want to honor your presence in my life.
Exactly.
It's about building a reciprocal relationship.
It's a form of energetic exchange,
Right.
a way of saying, I'm willing to give something in return for your assistance.
Okay, so we've talked about meditation,
Mm-hmm.
banishing,
Yeah.
and offerings.
Right.
What else can you do to protect yourself from psychic attack?
Well, they go into different types of shields you can create,
Okay.
both physical and energetic.
Shield.
Yeah.
Like literal shield.
Not always literal.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about visualization, where you imagine yourself surrounded by a barrier
Right.
of light or energy.
It's like creating a psychic bubble of protection.
Exactly.
Cool.
And you can enhance that visualization
Okay.
by using specific colors or elements. For example,
Yeah.
you might imagine a fiery shield for protection,
Okay.
or a watery shield for calming and deflecting negativity.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So it's about tapping into the energy of those elements
Exactly.
and using them to create a protective barrier.
Right.
What other kinds of shields are there?
They even talk about magical invisibility,
Oh, wow.
where you use visualization
Right.
and intention to essentially cloak your aura
Right.
and make yourself less noticeable to negative energies.
Okay.
It's like blending into the background
Yeah.
of the unseen world.
That's a great trick, like becoming invisible
Yeah.
to those harmful energies.
And they also talk about the importance of cleansing baths
Oh, yeah.
for removing negative energy and restoring balance.
Right.
They suggest using herbs
Okay.
like hyssop,
Mhm.
rosemary,
Yeah.
or rue,
Right.
and visualizing the water washing away any negativity or attachments.
I love ritual baths.
Me too.
They're so relaxing and rejuvenating.
Yeah.
It makes sense that they'd be powerful.
Yeah.
For spiritual cleansing, too. What about protective amulets?
Oh,
They talk about those?
they do.
Okay.
Amulets can be worn on the body,
Right.
placed in the home
Yeah.
to ward off negative energy.
Gotcha.
Iron is a classic
Mm-hmm.
protective metal,
Right.
often used in the form of horseshoes or nails.
Oh, yeah. I've always heard about the power of iron to repel negativity.
It's a powerful metal.
And what about those other protective symbols you see around,
Yeah.
like the cross or the evil eye?
They talk about the power of the cross
Mm-hmm.
as a protective symbol in many cultures.
Okay.
And they even mention the Satar Square,
Oh.
an ancient talisman believed to ward off evil and protect against misfortune.
Interesting.
And of course,
Yeah.
there's the silver dime,
Right.
a popular protective charm in American folk magic.
So many ways to protect yourself.
Yeah.
I'm feeling safer already.
We got you covered.
But what if you've already been attacked?
Yeah.
Is there anything you can do to reverse that negativity?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The book delves into the world of counter magic,
Mhm.
the art of reversing
Yeah.
and deflecting those magical attacks.
Right.
They talk about techniques like binding the sender's power,
Okay.
confusing their intentions,
Mm-hmm.
or even expelling them from your life entirely.
Whoa, that sounds intense.
It can be.
Like fighting magic with magic.
But remember,
Right.
it's about protecting yourself,
Yeah.
not about harming others.
Okay.
They discuss using powders,
Yeah.
like gopher dust,
Okay.
hot foot powder,
Mm-hmm.
and crossing powder,
Okay.
often combined with candles,
Mm-hmm.
petitions.
Sorry, visualization.
So it's a multi-layered approach,
Yeah.
using different magical tools to create a powerful counterspell.
One particularly interesting technique
Okay.
involves using graveyard dirt
Oh, wow.
to bind an enemy's power.
Graveyard dirt.
Yeah.
That sounds potent. How does that work?
They suggest
Okay.
taking a small charm
Yeah.
or talisman,
Okay.
like a lodestone or a piece of iron,
Mm-hmm.
going to a graveyard,
Okay.
finding a grave
Right.
of someone who died in a way that symbolizes the way you want to bind your enemy,
Wow. Okay.
burying the charm in the grave,
Right.
and asking the spirit for assistance.
So you're enlisting the help of a spirit to bind your enemy's power.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's a powerful example of how different magical traditions
Yeah.
work with the energies of the deceased
Mm-hmm.
to achieve specific goals.
That's fascinating.
I know, right?
And a little spooky, too.
It is. What about those techniques for creating confusion and discord among your enemies?
They mention using powders and oils,
Yeah.
like confusion powder,
Okay.
poppy seeds,
Hmm.
twitch grass,
Okay.
and black mustard seeds. It's about disrupting their energy
Yeah.
and intentions,
Okay.
making it difficult for them to focus their negativity on you.
It's like creating a psychic smokescreen.
Exactly. And if you need to really get someone out of your life,
Okay.
they describe a ritual
Okay.
for expelling them,
Mhm.
using a hot foot candle dressed with hot foot oil,
Okay.
and visualizing the target leaving your sphere of influence.
Hot foot, that sounds like it gets things moving.
It can,
Okay.
but remember, these techniques are best used as a last resort,
Right.
when all other attempts to resolve the situation peacefully have failed.
It's like the magical equivalent of setting boundaries.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to take a firm stance
Right.
to protect yourself and your energy.
But what about healing after an attack?
Oh, yeah, that's important.
Yeah, what about that? Even if you've successfully deflected or reversed a psychic attack,
Yeah,
it must leave some energetic residue, right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
The book emphasizes that healing is often a multi-layered process.
Okay.
It might involve cleansing and purifying your home,
Right.
repairing damage to your aura,
Mm-hmm.
and even performing soul retrieval if a part of your essence has been fragmented or lost.
So it's about addressing the energetic,
Yeah.
spiritual,
Mm-hmm.
and emotional effects of the attack.
Exactly.
Yep.
They describe techniques
Oh,
like using eggs to absorb negativity,
okay.
visualizing your aura being repaired with light or energy,
Right.
and even working with spirit guides to retrieve lost soul parts.
That's incredible.
Right.
It's like you're putting yourself back together
Yeah.
piece by piece.
And they also stress the importance of addressing the psychological
Okay.
and emotional effects of attack.
Right.
They suggest relaxation techniques,
Yeah.
working with supportive herbs and crystals,
Okay.
and even seeking professional help if needed.
Right.
It's about approaching healing holistically, addressing the mind, body, and spirit.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah,
Trauma can manifest on so many levels.
right.
It's important to address the whole person.
Yeah, for sure.
This book really is a treasure trove of knowledge.
It is.
It's clear the author has a deep understanding of these practices
Mm-hmm.
and a genuine desire to empower others
Right.
to protect themselves.
What's particularly valuable
Yeah.
is the emphasis on personal responsibility. Host.
It's amazing how these ancient practices are still so relevant today, you know.
Yeah, I think people are really craving that connection to something deeper.
Totally.
Shamanism, hoodoo, herbalism.
Right.
They're all about tapping into those universal energies and using them to create positive change.
And speaking of power, remember that question we talked about earlier?
Which one?
The one about creating an artificial spirit for protection.
Ah, yes. That's a fascinating concept, isn't it?
It is.
It's the idea of shaping energy with our intention
Right.
and giving it a specific purpose.
It's kind of like being a spiritual programmer, right?
I like that.
Coding with energy instead of ones and zeros.
Exactly. And that Protection and Reversal Magic book actually talks about this.
Oh, was it?
They call them servitors.
Okay.
Artificial spirits created for a specific purpose.
It sounds a little intimidating, conjuring up spirits.
I know what you mean.
But the book emphasizes that these servitors are essentially extensions of our own consciousness,
Right.
imbued with a specific purpose,
Right.
and designed to dissipate
Yeah.
once their task is complete.
It's important to remember that we're not creating independent beings with their own will.
Right, okay.
These servitors are more like energetic tools,
Okay.
extensions of our own intention.
So it's like giving a part of your energy a specific job to do,
Exactly.
like a magical task force.
And they describe a process for creating these servitors,
Okay.
visualizing the spirit,
Right.
giving it a name and a sigil,
Okay.
and then charging it with energy.
Gotcha.
They also stress the importance of being very clear about its purpose and limitations.
It's like giving it a clear set of instructions.
Right.
Making sure it knows exactly what to do and what not to do.
And they caution against creating permanent servitors, right?
Oh, why is that?
Permanent servitors can become difficult to control
Okay.
and might even take on a life of their own,
Right.
drawing energy from unintended sources.
Oh, wow.
It's like creating a program that keeps running, even after you've closed the window.
Yikes. It's a reminder to be responsible with our magic,
Absolutely.
to always be aware of the potential consequences.
Right. It's about using our power wisely and ethically. But back to that question about creating a spirit specifically for protection,
Yeah.
what qualities would you want it to possess?
Well, if I were creating a protection servitor, I'd want it to be fierce and unwavering in its defense.
Okay, yeah.
Like a loyal guardian dog or a watchful dragon,
Cool.
always on alert for any threats.
Makes sense.
But I'd also want it to be discerning,
Right.
able to distinguish between real threats and harmless encounters.
That discernment is crucial.
Right.
You wouldn't want it scaring off your friends or misinterpreting a harmless situation.
Exactly. And I think I'd prefer it to be invisible most of the time,
Okay.
working behind the scenes to deflect negativity
Yeah.
and ward off danger.
Yeah.
But I want it to have the ability to manifest in a visible form if necessary.
Okay. Interesting.
Maybe as a surge of energy or a flash of light
Right.
to really deter a threat.
That adaptability would be a valuable asset.
Yeah, I think so.
It's like having a magical bodyguard
Right.
who can blend into the shadows or step into the light as needed.
Yes. But I wouldn't want it to be a burden or a drain on my energy.
I hear that.
It would need to be self-sustaining, drawing energy from a source other than myself.
That brings up an important consideration.
Yeah.
How would you power this servitor?
That's a good question.
Would you draw upon elemental energies, cosmic forces,
Yeah.
or something else entirely?
That's a tough one. Maybe a combination.
Okay, yeah.
I'd envision it drawing energy from the earth for grounding and stability, from the sun for vitality and radiance,
Right.
and maybe even from the moon for intuition and psychic awareness.
That's a potent blend.
Yeah, I like that.
It would create a well-rounded and powerful protector.
Right.
And what about its connection to you?
Okay.
Would you want it to be constantly aware of your thoughts and feelings? Or
Yeah.
would you prefer it to operate more independently?
I think a balance would be ideal.
Okay.
I'd want it to be attuned to my energy,
Yeah.
aware of my needs and intentions,
Right.
but also able to act autonomously to address threats I might not even be conscious of.
Oh, wow.
It's about trust, right?
Right.
Trusting that it's doing its job even when I'm not actively directing it.
It's like that saying, delegate and disappear.
Right.
You've set the intention, given it the tools,
Right.
and now you can trust it to handle things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But most importantly, I'd want it to be aligned with the forces of love and compassion.
That's essential.
I wouldn't want it to become a force of aggression or harm.
That's a crucial consideration.
Yeah.
Our magic should always be guided by our highest values,
Right.
aligned with our desire to create a more peaceful and harmonious world.
This whole idea of creating an artificial spirit is so mind-expanding.
I know, right?
It's a reminder that magic is a creative process.
Yeah.
And we're not limited to just working with pre-existing entities or traditions.
We can be architects of our own magical reality.
I love that.
It's about understanding the principles,
Right.
the energies,
Yeah.
and the dynamics of the unseen world, and then using that knowledge to shape our reality
Right.
in alignment with our will.
Yeah. And our highest aspirations.
This deep dive has been incredible.
It has.
We've covered so much ground.
We have.
From the practical magic of herbs, crystals, and candles, to the mind-bending realms of shamanism and the creation of artificial spirits.
Oh, yeah.
It's clear that there's so much more to explore, so much more to learn and discover.
And remember, The journey doesn't end here.
That's right.
These sources are just a starting point.
Okay.
Keep exploring.
Yeah.
Keep experimenting.
Right.
And most importantly, keep trusting your intuition and your connection to the magic within you. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. It has been truly magical.
It's been a pleasure.
I can't wait for our next deep dive. Until then, keep the magic alive.